to myself as I'm trying to verify that we're on live.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. And I think we'll be good. All right.
I'm trying to pull it up.
All right, switch account. Okay, and then Google us. And then if it shows live, then we're good to go. Let's see. All right, maybe it's not. Okay, it's saying that we. Oh, here we go. Hey, I can see us. All right, we are good.
You
All
see us?
right, what up, family? This is No Picks Podcast. Joe checking in.
Hey, what's going on, family? This side No Picks podcast.
So we are excited, y'all. We have a great panelist. We have some people on board that we want to have a great conversation with you all. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to introduce themselves. I don't know if you guys see everyone in the same order as I do on my screen, but maybe we can start with Liz. You know, just your name, anything you want to share, or just say hi. That's enough as well. But just say hi to the family for us.
Sure, sure. Hello everyone. Thanks for having me on your podcast this evening. My name is Liz, and I am a Philadelphia transplant. I think I still have to claim being a transplant, even though it's been well over 10 years. But Joe and I go way back, and looking forward to continuing long-standing conversations on politics. So it should be fun tonight.
Thank you. All right, and let's
All
go,
right.
Kim.
Hey family, I'm Kim. Um, Ty and I actually went to LaSalle together many moons ago. I'm excited to be here. It's an interesting topic tonight, so we shall see. I won't be
All
violent, I
right. Cool.
promise.
And Britt.
Hey, everybody. Also, thank you for having me again on the podcast. I'm super excited. Also, to see Liz. We also go back to city or two. And yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this. Excited. I'm from Jersey, but like Liz, a transplant. I've been in Philly for a very long time. And I'm excited.
Cool. Well, it's great to have you guys. And Ty, Ty, I mean, you probably share the same sentiment, but when we and Ty first started podcasting, this is what we envisioned, right? We know that our views are often controversial. We like to have things that are contentious. We like to have interesting conversations about all types of things. But we always just wanted a panel of people to have amazing conversations with. I've had some of these conversations personally with you individuals in the past, in the present. So I'm just excited to have this panel set up. So with that said, Ty, if we can get active, I got a question to open up with, and then
Yeah.
we can see whoever wants to bite and turn. But we're going to be talking about family, talking to the community now, right? As a podcaster, we got to talk to the family. So we're going to be discussing Biden stepping down, Kamala stepping up. Of course, we did an episode where we talked about that once Biden dropped out, and what our predictions were. So I just kind of want to get a pulse from the panelists, and so the question is going to be, how do we feel about the Biden, dropping out and Kamala stepping up? Do we think that's good? Or are we upset by that? Just kind of general thoughts about, the experience so far, and like how did you process that? So I don't know. Does anybody want to take a bite at that first, or?
I mean, I can go, or one of the guests can go. It's up to y'all. Like I said, I'm sure we got. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it today.
Go ahead,
Do we have
Ty.
anyone who's happy about that? How about that? Do we
Yeah.
have
All right.
anybody
How
who's
about that?
happy
Yeah. That's
about?
a that's a good question.
Is anyone happy and excited that
Super
Kamala has
excited.
stepped up?
Yeah.
I am. I would say I am because
All
honestly,
right.
I didn't want to vote for Joe Biden. I really didn't, but I felt like I had to go for him by default.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's understandable. Like, not just being
Hmm.
happy that we have another option other than Biden. I mean, that I can there's some I can understand that. um, all right. So yeah, I mean, I'll say that I am. I mean, this conversation is there's a lot to unpack, right? I think that I'm a little frustrated, right? I'm happy that Biden's not there because he was clearly showing clear signs of mental decline, like his mental faculties were declining. We saw that years ago, though. We were seeing that when we were asking for different candidates, when we were asking for, when I say we, I'll speak for myself, but when I was asking for other candidates, other options, when I was asking for Biden, to be primaried, to have debates, when I saw that he was kind of falling off and he was looking a little frail and a little weak years ago, and I just wanted more options. I was frustrated that this was our option because I did not believe that he was going to beat Trump or anybody on the Republican side, honestly, but he wasn't going to beat Trump, right? So I'm a little frustrated because I feel like I didn't vote for Kamala to run for president. I got shafted out of any other options. I could have voted for, I don't know, not RFK because I don't support him, but not that there was any one particular candidate that I was excited about, but I'm frustrated because I feel like I didn't pick Kamala to come up and I didn't pick her as a Democratic candidate. I feel like they completely just where's the democratic process? I think that that's part of the conversation I want to have tonight. It's like, is there still a democratic process? Like,
Right.
is this a democracy anymore? Where I feel like, the DNC themselves can kind of prevent other candidates from running against the incumbent or against their favorite, and just completely just take people names off ballots, not let anyone debate. Like, I'm sorry, but as much as they try to say that the Republicans are the fastest or that Trump's the fastest, I'm like, yo, our own party literally just killed democracy through this process right now. So that's my initial thought, is that I'm just really frustrated that I feel like, this doesn't feel democratic at all, and I'm frustrated by that.
So I'm gonna defend Kamala on this instance, right? That's how it normally works in all of these elections, right? Like whoever wins, it's kind of like next man up. So if when Bush won, nobody primaries Bush because like nobody like the people who do primary him are like Green Party candidates and stuff like that. But none of like the establishment Republicans are going to primary Bush because it's like, okay, well, the idea is he's going to go for another term. You support him whether you like him or not, because a lot of those people didn't like him, based off the primary. But it's like next he was the next man up. So it's like, okay, you support that. And then when he gets his 8 years, and then the next person, rises or whatever. So it's the same thing with the Joe Biden thing, right? So everybody did what they were supposed to do as far as Joe Biden goes, because that's what they've always done. That's what Republicans and Democrats always do for their own. Whenever they win, they all jump behind them and support them for the next 4-year term, whether they liked it or disliked it. It's like, okay, well, at least you ain't a Democrat or at least you ain't a Republican, so we're gonna support it either way. So I'll say that's what they do. So Joe, I know you love Bernie, right? If Bernie would have won, they would have did the same thing to Bernie.
They rigged that though. Don't you understand? That was rigged. They rigged it against Bernie two times though. That's what I'm saying. The DNC has shown their true colors over the past.
What I'm saying is, if you listen, Bernie, I loved Bernie, but he didn't. I don't want. It's not about Bernie, right?
It's not. But he adds context to this conversation though, because we have a history.
But he didn't have the support of certain people. So put it this way: back then when Hillary was running, and everybody was going, like, a lot of people love Bernie, right? There's a lot of people I knew that loved Bernie. If you just listen to social media and people talking, Bernie was going to be the next fucking president. But guess what? All the people that loved Bernie was like, they got high and forgot about voting for Bernie. And
that is not what happened. That is not what happened. You're not going to throw the Bernie bros under the bus like that, bro. That is not what happened, bro.
Listen, I know several.
You know exactly what they did with the super delegates. Look at the Iowa caucus. As soon as the first Iowa caucus, what happened? Technical malfunction with the voting machines.
I'm talking about PA. I'm talking about PA. I can't. For people that I knew from PA that loved Bernie, guess what? None of them motherfuckers voted for Bernie. They were just like, oh, he gonna win. Fuck it. We guess what? They was gonna vote for Bernie. Then they got high. So that's why he didn't fucking win. But anyway, listen. But that my point is they just support the next man up. But in this case, when people talked about how old Joe Biden was the first time he won, maybe this should have been a little bit of a different situation. Because like Kamala don't really seem that likable to me. People, first of all, she got like 6% of the vote in California. She's from California when she ran. So like, chick, you can't win California. How the hell are you gonna win Iowa? Like. So all right, that's my thing. It seems like it's inevitable for Trump to win, regardless of whichever one it was, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Ladies, how we feeling? Like, how do you guys feel about the Kamala situation?
I think initially for myself, you asked like, what was our what's the gut reaction? What's like, how do we feel about it? And I feel like I know at this point it was to me, this is all laid out in a plan. So I feel like all of this is on purpose. You know what I mean? And I say that to say that it's not surprising. So I'm not surprised by it. I might say that there's a little bit of frustration and maybe some like, I don't know, resentment for what our government has become and what our options have become and how we got to this point. Um, I studied political science and I believed in this process. And I feel like watching this all unfold is, yeah, I don't know. It's disheartening, I'll say, but it does to me, like, right. It's all in alignment of what's supposed to happen. That's kind of, or like how they want it to happen. Not that I want it to happen that way, but I feel like how our society's supposed to be laid out. We can get into that later, but
Interesting. Okay. So it was planned. I mean, that's what Vivek was saying, right? Vivek was been saying for a minute, like, listen, we know what's going to happen. Biden's not going to be the nominee. We know he's going to drop out. We know they're going to prop Kamala up. Like Vivek was saying, that's why he was still running when he was still doing the presidential debates for the Republican Party. So he even hinted at that too, like this is a plan that we're going to do this the entire time. So I mean, I don't know. There are people who would buy into that theory, right? G, what up, brother man? We're
Gee,
just
that is
talking.
true.
Just join the conversation whenever you got an opinion, G. We're just talking about the Biden situation with Kamala, and we're kind of sure. Oh, he probably can't hear us, but nah, Britt, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So, Liz, like, how were you
Yeah. What you
upset
think,
by the
Liz?
Biden dropout? Like, how did you feel about it?
I was upset when Biden first became the Democratic nominee
Facts.
before. So,
Facts.
to me, this is
Facts.
not who
Yeah.
I wanted, but by default, I was going to vote for him. That's not who I voted for in the primary. But I actually don't think Bernie was sabotaged at the convention. I think that public sentiment changed after, I don't know, where's Jim Clyburn from? Is he from North Carolina?
Yeah, he from North Carolina.
He's
Yeah,
from North Carolina. They call him the Kingmaker now because of Joe Biden. After that,
they do call him that. Yeah, they do call
after
him
they
that.
went and did, after that uh, period of voting out of North Carolina, Bernie was the front runner up until then. And then all of a sudden it was Joe Biden. Joe Biden has the black church. Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. I was like, well, when did this happen? And now they call Jim Clyburn a kingmaker. So I do think back then, Joe Biden, they wanted him to be the nominee. They said he's
Right.
the only one that can beat Trump. Okay, fine. So he was old then, just like Bernie was. So I was like, okay, so what are we going to do in 4 years when he's old? And then we got here and they're like, oh, Joe Biden's old. And I was like, yeah, we said that. We all
Right.
said Joe
Right.
Biden.
Right.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
don't want to vote for him now because he's going to be really old then. So I was really, really upset that we got to the same point that we all saw coming as a generation. But the older generation, I won't just say old people, but the older generation, largely boomers, largely Gen X, who entered politics in their 30s and 40s and will not let anyone in their 30s and 40s flourish in politics, are now in their 70s and 80s still telling us what to do. Right. So I was really upset. But then I had to really think about it. Joe Biden, the best thing he could have done was drop out. And I only say that because we saw what happened when people don't retire when they should. When Ruth Bader Ginsburg didn't leave her position when she should have,
Right.
it was
Right.
bad.
She looked bad. Yeah,
She
It
did.
was really, really bad.
yeah.
So all of that was just, there was just a lot of trickle down effect, I think, from that because she didn't retire when she should have. So now Joe Biden did the right thing. I was really upset on Sunday. I was upset, but whatever. So I was like, who's next? I didn't even think about Kamala. I did not because I was like, people don't like her. Nobody
No,
likes
they
her.
don't.
Everyone
They
else is
don't
like,
like
she's
her.
not
Like,
I
likable.
forgot she
yeah.
existed. Like I didn't even know we had a VP half the time. I'm like, do we actually have a VP? Like, it's for real. Like I feel like she was just almost invisible. The only
Wait.
thing.
Before let's G get his say. Well, let's let Liz finish up. Then like let's G jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kamala, I don't think it matters if she's likable. I mean, it's literally, she's a presumptive nominee. I don't know who they're going to put forward because didn't she raise like $300 million since she announced?
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to go down right now as the most popular candidate in U.S. history just based off of fundraising.
Yeah,
So,
but that seems like that's also by design too. I'm not caught up in that hype. I'm not because a lot of that money is APAC money. We know Biden was good on that APAC money as well. She's all in Israel's pockets right
Cause you
now.
could.
So
Plus, that money just don't go to her. That shit was like it's like for the Democrats. So it's like it go to all those people,
the whole chest, yeah, the
whatever.
whole war
Yeah,
chest
it
that
go
they
to
had for
whole. It
Biden.
like yeah.
Yeah,
So no,
yeah.
what I'm
But she
saying, go to
raised
like
money though.
to but I'm saying
I
it goes to
mean,
the
you gotta
senators
admit
and
the
like the
amount was
congressmen and
pretty
all those people
impressive.
that are, I mean, that are running. It doesn't just go to her. It's not her money.
So who
I
do you
mean,
think
like,
is coming up against the juggernaut of $300 million in the name of Kamala Harris? Doesn't matter who it goes to. Doesn't matter. The name at the top of that bank account is Kamala Harris. So who? It makes Vivek can say whatever he wants. It's logical that if Joe Biden steps down, they're going to put forth the VP. I mean, every time a president finishes 8 years, the VP runs. I don't think we've ever had one who didn't run. So it's presumable if Joe Biden cannot do it, will not do it, whatever, it's going to be
do
Kamala
they
Harris.
win though? I'm thinking because I
No,
remember that a
no,
lot
they
of the
don't.
motherfuckers taking L's.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I mean, if you go back to Bush, Gore, that wasn't pretty. You can debate who
Yeah,
won
he took
that.
a yeah. Gore took a mean ass L. But G, what's your thing got the sound with
Oh,
the
you're muted.
slash to it? So yeah, you
Yeah.
okay? All right.
Were you
So
happy
G,
with?
which
It's the first
yeah, go
question
ahead.
here. Were you happy with the Biden dropping out, and how did you feel about Biden dropping out and Kamala stepping up and being the nominee now? So this is our initial reaction to that, and then we're going to expand on that. But how did you feel about that? Were you happy with it?
Oh yeah, bro.
There we
Uh,
go. Fucking G, of course,
so
G.
like, Biden, right? Like I've been having this conversation at work. There is
Yes,
no
every day.
industry. There's no industry on the planet where somebody 65 plus is the lead candidate. It's not. They're like you can't name one field that like we're like, yo, somebody 65 plus. We need you for leadership. So this like entire
Bro,
presidential
Kamala like 61, bro. Like
bro,
she's not no spring chicken.
dog.
She's
I'm saying that
59.
American politics is just crazy. Like this shit has been a reality TV show for me. The fact that like
Yes,
I
it
be in
has.
like the Republican groups, right? Like I'm Republican, so I be in like these little Republican groups, and I be hearing them like just go hard for Trump. I'm like, bro, y'all realize he like 70, 80 years old, bro. Like you cannot tell me he's a viable candidate of leadership at that old. You just can't. We questioning if those people should be able to drive, and you telling me the two people we got to select from to lead our country are that age. It's just bullshit. So did I feel better, right? That like Biden dropped out? Yeah. I also would feel better if Trump dropped out, right? There, I
That's
don't
fair. That's
I
fair.
don't think that our leadership should be that old, right? It's just there's an out of touch kind of disconnected, and that's just in American politics across the board,
Yeah,
right?
I
So
about that's
House and
across the
Senate,
board.
Congress, right? Like all of that.
Right. It's
As we
old and white.
as
No,
we
no
sit
offense to older
here,
white people. I'm just saying it's old and white.
just peep as we sit here and we caught up in the reality TV show of the presidential election. There are some seats that are up. Every law, every rule, all of the shit that we've been affected by is by them motherfuckers that been in office for 30, 40 years. Trump
Right.
had 8
Mhm.
years. Trump had 4 years. Obama had 8. The president get 8 years at the most to fuck up the country. The average senator, like 30. I'm just saying, bro.
But let's keep it to Kamala though. Let's.
Oh yeah.
So,
All right, so my
were
bad.
you supportive of that decision, or do you like
Exactly. He liked
What-
it.
I'm indifferent.
you like it
no,
because she's younger, basically?
No.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent, bro. I'm indifferent because
No opinion. So you're
no,
on the fence.
I
So you
I
do
don't-
have a pick.
I have an opinion, but I'm indifferent to her as a pick. Right? One, again,
Okay.
I'm Republican, right? So my side is on the other side.
That's right. He is a Republican. That's
I am
right.
Republican.
Gee,
I am.
bruh.
By principle only, right? Not like most of they too far right, but whatever. So in terms of her as a candidate, right? It's just it's the safe pick. What you gonna do? We already like halfway into the like kind of election season, right? It's November. You don't have who's the next option. There is no like Barack sitting in the wings just waiting. You might have like I think, and I'm out of like Democratic politics altogether, but like I think it's what's his name, Wes. That's in like DC or something like that. A young guy, like young.
You had Gavin Newsom.
So as a
He was trying to be. He was trying to do some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck
Becky
that
with the
is.
good hair.
None
But
of
but
that.
California is also a mess though. So I don't know, man. I don't know if his track record in Cali is that good right now. That's why I'm thinking like, what has he done really? Like, it like people. He's not highly favored in California is what I'm saying. So, but he was trying to make a presidential bid though. He was trying to like set up his platform and his track record. But you're right. Gavin Newsom's thing was tossed in there as well.
But it's
So
you
yeah.
got to do that 2 years out, right? Like that kind of starts a year and a half before, like building up the momentum within the party and gaining the trust.
That's
so
specifically why I think it don't matter who runs because it's like it is like people going to vote for who are going to want to vote for. It's hard for me to believe that people didn't vote for a white, educated, well, like accomplished woman, but they're going to vote for a black woman, a black vice president
bro.
I guess she's well accomplished. I don't know. It depends on who you ask, because a lot of people don't like her record as far
She
as
was
like
highly
she was like
unfavored. Her and Trump were probably the most
but
highly
it's hard
unfavored
for me to
candidates
believe
running
that
of
they're
all
going to vote
time.
for
Like,
her.
yeah,
So
do you guys think Kamala's gonna win? Like, I mean, so that's
Yeah, I'm
next.
interested in that. I'm interested
Do
in
you
that.
guys? So
Yeah.
how do you guys think about her against Trump? Like, do you think she stands a chance against Trump? That's the actual question. Like, is she going to win? Because we already know what that's gonna look like if Trump comes into office. Like, but do you guys think she actually has a shot at Trump? Like, honest opinion.
No.
All right. G said no. You don't think she could beat Trump? I don't think so either. Ladies,
I
y'all
don't.
think Kamala's gonna beat Trump? Like, let's be real.
I
Yeah.
completely think she can beat Trump.
You think so? You
I
said that with
think
so much conviction.
I do.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I have to quote Gio. I love what you said. American politics is a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris is going up against a cult leader who is a convicted rapist and felon. Like, I don't know what we're really talking about. If he was not who he was, no one with that pedigree who's actively in court right now, for whatever reason, would ever have any chance to legitimately be the head of a party. This is unreal to me. This
That's
is
exactly why I think he's gonna win.
this is anyone who was on the fence is going to pick her because she's a real person. This is not real. This is not real. We're in. I just
They
Donald
are.
Trump
They
is very
not.
popular, but
How
we
you
are
know?
Liz,
in.
that's what
this
Liz. That's
community.
exactly why I think. That's why I think he's gonna win, because exactly what you said. I
You think
feel
he's
like
going to
it
win
is
because of
that much
that?
of a reality. Yes, I think it is that much of a reality show that we are witnessing, that they are going to let this, because that is, I will say that this is a part of whatever we need to move into as a new as America, right? And I feel like I think that they made the decision for Kamala to do all of this because it's so divisive. And I think it's another thing that's causing such a divide across our nation that is it's like almost debilitating. I feel like, you know what I mean, that we're having to pick, and I do think that that is what's going to make. I think he's gonna win. I do.
I don't.
I do.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I only say that because, like, I watch Fox News, I watch MSNBC, I watch CNN. I don't like any of them, but I watch them all because I want to know what everyone is watching. I watched on Fox News them call Kamala Harris no better than the hot girl. What
I
are we
did see that.
doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are we
Trump said
doing?
that?
No.
No,
So
No, not
But
Trump.
no,
He didn't say
Oh,
that.
oh.
Yeah.
that
I'm
you
about to
can
take
speak.
but I think that's the problem. They are like there are people who really believe this. We have, like, I think that's the thing, right? There are people who genuinely in our nation think this way, and 100,000 a billion percent agree with what they just said. You know what? That's the unfathomable part. Is like, that's why he's gonna win, because people are saying, I agree. Like, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter what it is. Because she's set up to fail. Like, literally, I think that's you know what I mean? It's I think it's all set up.
so
Yeah, I
Reinhardt
think they are
Butler
playing
is
in
not
our faces
speaking
every
out.
day. They are playing in our faces.
Kim,
this is something.
what you think, Jim? I'm sorry,
Go,
that's
my
part
bad,
of Jim.
Kim,
Kim, what you think? Kamala winning, or you
Think she
support
beats Trump?
You think she beats Trump? What's up?
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. Like, I would love for Kamala to win.
Right.
Primarily because, like, our democracy is at stake. Like, literally. I mean, be real. Like, Trump, like,
We shouldn't be laughing at that.
I know, but it's
I'm
so
laughing
true
because
though.
it's sad.
This Project
It's sad.
2025 ain't no joke. People
Like,
think it's a joke, but I'm like, bruh.
dude literally said the other day, like, without saying, if you could read between the lines, like, he's literally going to
Hey,
take
Kim.
away. Can you hear
We
me?
having a hard time hearing you. Yeah, put it
Okay,
closer
can
to
you
you.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, it's better.
So, dude literally said the other day, talking about Trump, to a crowd of Christians, right? That they don't, if he wins, they don't have to worry about voting again.
That's
What
right.
does that
He did
sound
say
like
that.
to you?
He did say that to a crowd.
So
He did say that.
it's not a matter, like, to me personally, it's not a matter of who's the more likable candidate. It's more so who is going to basically save and hold, like, basically maintain the democracy that we had for 250 plus years, that we fought, so that people have fought and died for. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I believe if he wins, this nigga's
It's
gonna
over.
be like he's gonna be a dictator.
But
All right, but all right, but
okay,
all right.
interesting. Yeah, go
Let me
ahead,
ask this
Zach.
question, Joe. Let me ask this question. All right. So for everybody who answered that question, what what have we gotten? Like, what have we gotten as black people? All of us are black on this panel. What have we gotten voting Democrat for the last 70 years? Like,
Ooh, that's a loaded
what the
question,
fuck do
brother.
they give us?
That's a loaded question,
They
bro.
don't give a
Welfare
shit,
and
yo.
public
Like, and
housing.
that's like they don't give a shit, yo. Like,
They
I just
say
like
that.
it bothers me because my whole family, everybody I know, everybody, like, it's just like everybody goes so hard for vote blue no matter who, but
I
what
hate
the
that.
fuck what do they give? They don't give a shit. In every single election, they say the same shit they're saying this year. Yo, if you vote for John McCain, you gonna be a slave, you black person. If you vote for
Democracy's
Mitt
on the
Romney,
line.
right? If you vote for Mitt Romney, you gonna be a slave, you black person. If you vote for George W. Bush, you know what he said? He said, "Hey y'all, I'm on the baseball field. That means you gonna be a slave, you black person." Yo, they all try to scare the
Right.
shit out of us every 4 fucking years, but they
That's
never
valid.
give us anything. In fact, Joe, I gotta pull something up. I gotta pull something up, bro, because there's like a recent email that came to light. Well, not a recent. It was from a couple years ago during the George Floyd when that whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Some Nancy Pelosi emails became public, and she was basically saying like, "Yo, just listen to what they say, nod your fucking head, do not agree to any specific policy changes.
Makes about sense. Makes sense.
Don't give these black people shit. Just hear what they say, give them a high five, say you're going to split some fucking Popeye's chicken with them, and move fucking on. Don't give these niggas shit."
This is important.
So-
Yeah, this is an important point, panel, and I want
So
you guys to
if you
address
want me to
that
pull
too.
this up,
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. But bro, like I saved it on the joint, yo, because
No, well-
somebody I follow, or whatever, on YouTube and TikTok mentioned it, and yo, they don't give a shit. So
Where's
like,
the policy?
what do we have to lose, bro? Like,
What do we that and listen, you guys. So what Ty the sentiment that Ty just described, I'm seeing that more often with black men. So more of the black women I see on social media are like, "Hey, Kamala's black. She's a woman. I'm going for that." You know what I mean? Black, good, check box, check box, check box. You know what I'm saying? But black men are saying like, "What has the Democratic Party done for us policy wise?" Honestly, and you're not going to shame us into voting for Kamala. So where's the policy? Because you know what I mean? Like, there, you gotta. This is a genuine sentiment that I see among black men. As you can see, we have two people who could potentially voting for Trump. I hate Democrats and Republicans, so I said I'm an independent. So I hate both parties, right? I hate both candidates. I hate this election. I wish I could just crawl under a rock and make it go away. I can't. But like, this is a genuine sentiment. Where is the policy? What is Kamala going to do? How is she going to get that black vote? How? Other than the fact that I'm black. What policy does she have? If anybody can like kind of touch on that, because I haven't seen the policy yet.
Can I ask a question back? And I'll start with Ty. What politician, president has done anything for black people?
I
Abe
mean,
Lincoln. Abe Lincoln freed the slaves. I think that counts, right?
I'll say,
The last
I'll say,
Don't you
I'll
say
say
that
none of
ignorant
them,
shit,
because-
Joe. Don't you say
right?
that.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
That count, don't it?
But
No,
I'll
Abe
say
Lincoln
this.
saved the Union from fucking bankruptcy. Okay? He didn't he didn't do shit for the slaves, nigga.
I'll
They
say
was
this.
about to go bankrupt.
To Liz's point, none of us none of them give a shit. But the Republicans have no reason to, because we don't vote Republican. They have no reason to at all. Why the fuck would they? They're gonna okay, they're gonna give the people shit that supported them. They give old people shit all the fucking time.
And
Old
rich
people be paying what? And rich people,
yeah.
tax
rich,
cuts
rich
and all
black
that shit.
people love voting
But
Republican for the tax
if you're a
breaks, right.
Republican and you win, you won despite not getting the black vote. So why the fuck
Right.
would you give black people shit ever?
That's true. I mean, that's a solid point. How do you get the black vote?
When Democrats win, they win by getting 98% of the black vote, and they never give a shit ever. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So to chime in, right? I think
Yeah.
a fundamental difference is that for the Republicans, and then this is why I'm more aligned with it, is they, at the core of it, right? Their initiatives are more so about the American people. So for the most part, like with the Democrats, when black people fight for shit, everybody get included in our shit. When the Republicans fighting for shit, everybody get included in their shit, and you just got to know how to play the game. So there's an advantage in terms of like when they talking about citizenship and rights and no taxes and government, that's for everybody. If you have income, if you have assets, if you have things of ownership. If you don't, fucking with the Democrats and you stay in the public house and you get food to survive, you can't play the ownership game. So there's like that gap of the Republicans, even if they don't give a fuck about us, they don't give a fuck about us to exclude us from stuff. They don't be saying that like, yo, we want rights for everybody except for black people. Hold on. I see your face. The extreme, right? There's like extreme right, and there's like the party that what it's supposed to be, right? The like small government, all of that stuff. That's what I'm talking when I'm saying the Republicans don't. Of course, I know that the violent Republican is all the way over there, and they screaming "fuck black people," Project 25, all that shit. Okay, I got you. I'm with you.
The
I'm
tiki
aware
torches.
of it. Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Jews
I'm
will
aware
not
of it.
replace us.
I'm just saying that at the core, though, their legislation is more so constitutionally like focused, and is focused on like rights of American citizenship, which we as African Americans got to get away from that segregated. We want civil rights, right? If all Americans get opportunities that are equal, that are based in equity, and we American, we don't have to ask for shit. We're gonna take it because we're here. And so like that divide and conquer that comes along with like, oh, the black people, we gotta give you more, we gotta give you rights, or we're not getting treated right. Fuck all that, bro. And that's like as an African American male.
So what I was mentioning earlier, the emails from Nancy Pelosi that ended up making the news and shit like that. Let me pull that up and let me
This
get
is
y'all
wild,
opinions
bro.
on this.
But I don't like
Yeah,
Pelosi
like
anyway.
it's like a legit thing, bro. Like, and Nancy Pelosi, everybody
She's
know,
such
and
a
Nancy
snake,
Pelosi
bro.
is a fucking staple in the Democratic,
Yeah.
in the Democratic system.
Yeah.
So let me
Play it before you play it. Let's just caveat this to Liz's point.
Huh?
All politicians suck.
Yeah, I
Both
agree with
sides.
that.
So don't just say Nancy.
No, I agree. No.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the difference, what I've started noticing lately, in my opinion, is that the difference between Democrats and Republicans is that the Democrats will pretend to be good people.
True.
Facts.
They're like, oh well, we're for the
Yeah.
common man, we're for this, we're for that, but they really don't give a fuck, and Republicans don't give a fuck either. But I'll say that the Republicans will be upfront about not
They're
giving
upfront
a
about
fuck.
their bigotry, about their disdain for the poor. They're
The
like
Democrats
you see
will
what you see is what
pretend.
you get.
Mm-hmm.
What you see is
that's
what you
I
get.
can respect.
Right.
That's what I can respect. So if you take Joe Biden and Trump and Joe, they're both going to do things individually that enrich their fucking family specifically.
They're going to vote along the
Right,
same
and
lines.
while they're
the same
president.
policies, the same tax breaks, the same
I mean,
military
they get them
budgets. Like
backdoor deals with the fucking the Chinese government, and
they're all going to
their
take the
families
lobbyist
become
money.
far richer than they ever were. But and the Bidens are going to do the same fucking thing. The difference is the Bidens say to us, well, you know what, we're the good ones. And you find out later through like all these other investigations that they were getting millions of dollars from the Chinese government too. You just didn't fucking know.
Yeah, no,
That's the difference. I think they both fucking. None of them give a fuck about us. They're all scumbags. But the Republicans are like, hey, I'm a scumbag, and I can respect that more than pretending that you're a good person and giving a fuck about us.
These are our choices, y'all. This is what makes me so upset. Now, does anybody got pushback on that? The idea that Democrats are just like they try to fake to be the better party, but in reality they're just as bad as the Republicans. But at least the Republicans are more honest and upfront with their BS. Like anyone disagree with that?
They take the morality angle, but all these politicians, when they go into Congress, they always become like 7 times richer than they ever were.
Right.
How's that?
Right.
How is it? Because you had fucking access to information that nobody else had access to. All y'all motherfuckers play the same game. That's why every time somebody brings up the fact that, hey, we should stop Congress people from,
mandatory
doing
minimums?
insider trading, from term limits and insider trading.
We need term
kill
limits.
that shit from the
Term
rip.
limits.
The both sides be like, nah, fuck that shit. We want an inside trade. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah, you
they
know how
don't
many
care.
politicians got rich off
They don't care about
COVID?
us.
You know how many of them got rich off COVID vaccinations, from Pfizer stock, from the war in Israel? How many of them are making so much bread, inside trader deals? Like these guys going there to get rich. And that's why it's frustrating when some of us sit here and we try to pick a side, because I'm like, bro, both sides don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like we really like to have a democracy and only have 2 choices for a party and for candidates like that. How is that democratic, man? I know we have the Libertarians, we have the Green Party, we have the Constitutional Party. There are all these parties you don't hear about, ones who don't even qualify to get into the debates. But like I have more choices in toothpaste than I do in presidential candidates. How that doesn't feel like a democracy to me. Like it's like really just this 2-party system where we don't really have choice, and it's kind of 2 sides of the same coin. And now I'm just like, bro, like I'm tired of this. And vote blue no matter who is what got us here. Because some of us, well, not me, some of us did vote blue no matter who, because we were afraid of the other side and what they were saying, and we sipped the Kool-Aid. And it's like, look at where we are. Every election the candidates get worse and worse. It's constantly oscillating. We get a Trump, then we get a Trump on steroids, then we get a Biden. It goes back and forth until the candidates the quality of candidates just decreases every freaking election, because we're just voting blue no matter who.
But let me play this joint and let me get the ladies' comments on it after
Is this the Pelosi John? Because this wild, bro.
this the Pelosi joint. Yeah,
Ah, she's such a snake. I'm not even surprised at these comments, man.
I mean she a big deal.
Yeah, well.
The Democratic Party has relied on our vote.
Oh, Sabby. I love Sabby.
Done anything for the Black community. And I want to take you back to something that was revealed. One of the things that was revealed with the Nancy Pelosi emails when it came to BLM. Peep this, fam. I tweeted this a couple of days ago. Listen to this. These were instructions for Democrat politicians during the George Floyd protests. Don't offer support for concrete policy solutions. Listen to this, guys. This has continued with any ask from the Black community. They implement policy for every group except Black people. You don't owe them a damn thing. And we'll look at this. This is straight from that information that was revealed from Nancy Pelosi's email. Tactics. Meet with local activists. Approach by BLM activists, campaign staff should offer to meet with local activists. Invited BLM attendees should be limited. Everybody paying attention, right? It should be limited. Please aim for personal or small group meetings. Listen to their concerns. Don't offer support for concrete policy positions. Frontline district staff should meet with activists. Again, we want to focus on number 2. Don't offer support for concrete policy positions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Democratic Party has been doing this to the Black community as long as I've been alive.
All right. So the rest is basically just her opinion. The first part was like the actual Nancy Pelosi emails that ended up going on and getting, put out by the press and all that stuff. That's how she got that. But yeah, I mean, listen.
And that's Sabby. If you guys want to follow her on YouTube.
Liz, what's your perspective on with Savvy? Just share it with us as far as the Nancy Pelosi emails.
I didn't need to see the email to know that. I mean, the books and the numbers already tell us that. That's not new. And I don't think, I feel like it's just selective outrage. It's like when people don't like the candidate, they'll say, well, what will this person do for Black people? Like everyone else? Like your senator, like your House representative, like your governor, like your judges, all the people who get elected more frequently than the president. So Nancy Pelosi's been in office for a really, really, really long time. She's really old.
And very powerful.
Yeah, she's from California. And people don't care. People just reelect their senators and their House reps. So, on one page, I think, Black people are not a monolith. We are not all the same. Even just, I don't like African American because it just strips away people's nationality, right? It'll literally be like, let's see, let's list success by race or by nationality. It'll be like Filipino Americans, Korean Americans, African Americans, and that's everybody. And I think that we are not, the way that they're discovering like the Hispanic community, is the Hispanic Latino community, Latinx community is not a monolith. Black people are not a monolith, but we need to spend our money and vote like we are a monolith. And that's the problem. To the extent that we are putting our money behind the people who we think are supporting our policies, then they'll pay attention. But we don't.
We don't. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I was gonna say, like, I don't think that's unreasonable. If you want my vote, I don't think it's unreasonable for me to have for you to have an agenda for me or for my demographic. Like, if you're, female voters have their agenda. Like, listen, we want abortion rights, we want reproductive rights, we want to have different things. You know what I mean? Like LGBTQ has their agenda, and I'm like, if you want my vote, I don't think it's unreasonable to have an agenda for my demographic. What are you going to do for us? I don't think that's unreasonable. I think that's how I wish more of the Black community should be looking. Like, where's the policy? I don't want to hear. I don't want you to send me your prayers, for our and sympathize or empathize for our struggle. Like, where is the policy? How are you going to change this wage gap differential? How are we going to close that wage gap in the Black? How are we going to get more Black homeowners? How are we going to get more Black businesses? How are we going to make sure that our kids aren't reading at a 3rd or 4th grade reading level? Joe, you know what I mean? Like, where's the policy?
Let me get the ladies' perspective first.
Oh yes, ladies, Kim, please. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Kim, what do you think of these Nancy Pelosi emails?
not surprised.
You got
Right.
Kim. You gotta
Right.
bring the tone
Right.
closer.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Look, I'm gonna put it this way. Again, would you like to see the same man in office basically until the day he dies, or would you like the option to basically elect people into office, choose the people that you would like for to govern us in the
So
future?
it don't bother
It's up to
you.
you.
It don't bother you at all that Nancy Pelosi is specifically saying on her mouth, uh, "Fuck these niggas." We just tell them what they want to hear. Like
I'm not
you don't. It
surprised.
don't bother
Again,
you
I'm
at
not
all.
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Okay, it bothers me, but I'm not surprised because it's fucking America. I mean,
This is
like,
America. This is America.
it's America. It wasn't America wasn't built in favor of the black person ever. When were we?
Right.
Can anybody answer that? Like, not trying to start anything. Like, when was this country like in favor of us ever in our rights? Um,
Actually, it was during the Reconstructive period when Black people was voting Republican. That's when. So we accomplished a certain amount of growth during that period because our independence, segregation was the biggest detriment to the African American community because we started to fight to be equal instead of equitable.
Ah,
Did you
interesting.
say segregation or desegregation?
Segregation. So integration. I meant integration. I'm sorry. Thank you. Integration was the biggest detriment to the African American community. So between the 1920s and 1960s, all of our like stats were on the rise. Right. It was like our home ownership was going up, our like wealth was going up, so on and so forth. Then like the civil rights movement, and then we kind of like got to the integration. It was like, oh, we all are one. Let's vote Democrat.
right.
So,
But
So the
we
Democrats
there
fucked
was
us
there
up.
was a period where Black people were important, and it's not because Republicans care about Black people. It's just
No,
it's the same.
I'm sure
Like
they don't.
yo, a large portion of the Republican Party is like their principles now are from like inspired by like the Black Panthers, right? So like the Panthers when they like started with their whole Second Amendment shit, when they started like running around with their guns, oh, these niggas is crazy, but they got
right,
a
but
point.
we had like notable figures to fight for us, like for for in those specific time periods. We
There
don't
should
have that now. Like what
there should
I
never
think
be a
No,
my
time.
we don't.
There should never be a time where we are
And we won't.
relying. It was so like those are
well,
the
no,
people that
I'm
are
not saying
identified.
I'm
No, but that's the perception, right? Those are the people that are identified. The difference between generations is that every capable human being at that time took politics serious.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't have as many distractions. Just like, and I think Brittany was alluding to it, like, yo, this it's really just a reality show at this point. And the whole Trump thing, one point I wanted to make, we have to be able to admit that as a country, 70% of people are dumb. Like they can't read. Like the literacy rate in America, and like it's just getting worse. So like when we talk about like America, like we're talking about like, for lack of better words, just dumb people,
But
right?
that's
So
by
like,
design, though, bro.
yeah, no.
Like
So by
they want
design,
us
yeah.
right.
dumb.
So
To your
how
point,
They
how
so
did
want
we
us
get
dumb. They
here?
want
So
us.
I mean, think
Yeah.
about it.
so
Think
then
about
like
it.
But wait, G. Before you get into like a philosophical argument, let's
oh,
get
yeah,
let's
always,
get Brittany.
always my bad.
Let's get Brittany's perspective on
Oh.
the Pelosi emails.
I also am not surprised in any way, shape, or form, just like Liz and Kim. I think it is a very political answer. That is an answer that even a teacher would give to a young person in terms of, I'm not making you no promises. And that's very in terms of like, yeah, it's a political answer. I'm sure they say that to everybody come back and nobody's policy will listen to you.
I think your Wi-Fi messing up.
Oh, we're losing you,
You
Brittany.
Yeah, we losing you, Brittany.
guys hear me?
Sort of.
Well, we got you now.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh, you're good. You're good now.
You probably killed it though. You probably
Okay.
dropped
I'm
something
not-
crazy. I'm just assume
Hey.
you did. I'm assuming you did. I'm assuming you blew my fucking mind right now.
That's what we'll say. That's what we'll say. But it doesn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form. And I just feel like at this point, we have to be prepared for these. I don't know. I think this goes back to all politicians. This isn't even a
Right.
black or white thing anymore. You know what I mean? This is
Right.
all, it's a game. We're watching
So
it's a stage. Like, yeah.
so let me ask for to all three of y'all, all three, Kim, Liz, and Brittany. All y'all kind of said the same thing. It don't surprise y'all, right? So do y'all all right? So is it not like a slap in the, do y'all not feel like it's a slap in the face?
I feel like it makes the case for Trump.
No, but it's like, is that not like a slap in the face
Why
as a
not?
voter, as a supporter of the Democratic
not.
Party? Is that not a slap in the face to you, or is it irrelevant? You don't care.
So
No, it is because
I'm an independent as well. So it's it's not a slap in the face as I'm an independent. So I feel like at this point, either side, it's all the same. But I feel like it's not a slap in the face.
Not a
It's
slap in
something
the
that we
face. All
should
right,
know
so
and expect.
okay. So Brittany, not a slap in the face. What about you, Liz? A slap in the face as a I assume you're a Democratic voter, right?
For the most part.
So is it not a slap in the face to you that she says, "Hey, don't listen, march with these niggas, put your fists up with these niggas, but don't support none of these niggas' policies on this shit." So like, is that not a slap in the face to you, or are you like, well, it is what it is?
I mean, like the truth. Was the truth
Yeah,
a slap in the face? I mean, not at the Kim has been consistent. I appreciate her point. So it's a slap in the face. So what? I'm gonna vote for Trump? No, like it's
so all right. So it is a slap in the face, but not enough for you to vote for Trump.
It's
That's it. That's crazy.
Nancy
I hate that these are our
Pelosi,
options.
That's what I mean. Okay,
But
so
it's what we
this
have.
is what I think.
I hate that. That infuriates me, Kim. I'm mad about these are our options.
Joe. I really want to know how do women feel? Like, is because so Brittany said she's an independent voter, so it's not a slap in the face. I'm trying, like, so Liz, is it a slap in the face or is it not a slap in the face?
Okay, it's a slap in the face, but like it's a slap in the face with the truth because she said it. The email's out there, and what changed? Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, I'll let Kim give her point of view, and then I'll revisit my point.
Right. So it's like a dignified slap in the face, like when the white people used to do back in the day, take off their glove and slap you.
No, you guys said that you would rather have the racism in your face and disrespect up in your face than behind closed doors.
I can respect that. Yeah, I can respect that. But
so what you think?
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say no.
Joe. I'm asking. Wait, let me ask Kim, and then you can do your thing. All right. So Kim, is so? Brittany says she independent, so it's not really a slap in the face. Liz said, it is kind of slap in the face, but I'm not voting for Trump either way. Fuck him. So, Kim,
she didn't say that, but yeah.
Is it a slap in the face hearing these Nancy Pelosi emails?
It is a slap in the face, and here's why.
Okay,
it's fake.
But a dignified slap, right? Like a dual type slap, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, right. And I agree with Liz in that sense. It's fake as fuck. But at the same time, again, it's not enough for me to go and vote for Trump.
Okay.
I mean,
I got no issue with that.
Like, weigh the options here. Weigh the options. So, like, you want to racist, like up front in your face racist, and putting him into office, what the ramifications are going to be that are going to be of that. And I think I spelled it out like multiple times during this podcast so far, right?
Mind you, the administration we have now, the president was a co-author of the crime bill. You know what I mean? He was also fighting for desegregation of the bus system, and this is what we're voting for, guys. This is the game that we're playing right now. This is the game that we're legit playing right now.
Y'all sound just like y'all sound so just.
G, I can barely hear you.
Oh, hold on. So,
I'm just saying, this is the game that we're buying into every election, and these are the people that we are voting for. And I hope what I would like is, and while we still have you guys here, just kind of to shift the conversation, because what I want this conversation to go to is, as because we're speaking about black people, and like my light skin ass is biracial, but like my daddy black. So I'm gonna say, as black folk here speaking on the panel, like, this conversation has to change, right? And because we're talking about a party who is clearly telling us we're not going to give you policy that is going to benefit you, right? They always hit us with a one wave lifts everyone up, or whatever the hell Obama used to say when he didn't want to do shit for us either. Like, that one wave lifts everybody up. That stupid ass line he would say. Now it's like we're not going to be unburdened by the past or some bullshit. But there's always some fancy phrase that people want to say. But this is. as a black voter, like for me, it's just like why do I even go out to the ballot? People also say, oh well, you guys don't vote or the young people don't vote, but I'm like, we're not even talking about the young people because young people are cooked right now. We want to talk about the country that they're inheriting and the debt that the boomers have amassed and like
Yeah.
the everything that the young people have right now. I feel horrible for them. I really, really do, right? But for the black community, it's like, what? Why go out and vote? We have these are our choices. What is the point? What can we do differently? Because whatever's happening now is not benefiting us right now. And what I find is that people who are doing well because they're in professions that pay well or they did well for themselves, sometimes they're so far removed from the average American, from the average black person. And they say, and I know from the comments that people make or the opinions that they state, and it's like, bro, you're doing well and I'm happy for you, but the overwhelming majority of the country is not doing well. You know what I'm saying? So like what reason do we have to go out and really just vote for Kamala? You know what I mean? Or vote for Trump? Or I mean, why keep playing this game? Like, what is the alternative? Is there one? Because if not, like,
Nah,
I
it's
don't
definitely no
know, man.
alternative.
This
You
is
either vote for
frustrating.
Kamala or you
Is
vote for
this
Trump.
it?
That's
Is
it.
this the game we're gonna
Yeah.
play every 4 years? Because if so, this is sad. This is
Am I
like so
on?
discouraging.
Wait, can y'all hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This
Yo,
is
sorry.
discouraging.
So the game,
Yeah.
but that's the game, Joe. Like the opt out is to play the game of actually getting the House and Senate together. So like literally what we're talking about right now, like this is literally the game. And I'm sitting here watching us go through the game.
Yep.
The game can literally be
Yep.
changed during this next election and saying none of you motherfuckers coming back. I don't give a fuck who president. None of you motherfuckers is coming back. And then the entire game is shifted and changed in a matter of minutes. So like literally we the people literally have the power, but we're so caught up in like and then y'all trying to make the argument of like, well, why vote for Kamala? The argument is we shouldn't be voting for none of them. We should really like the American people should say fuck it. Let's pause for a
None of
second.
them.
Let's
But that's
Right.
not gonna
pause.
happen though. That's not gonna happen
Not
though.
That's what I want. That's
that's
what I
not
honestly. That's not
it's
gonna
I
not
happen,
mean,
G. That's
but
what I want. Yeah.
it can. We
it,
have the power. We just
I think
get
the
caught
more
up
of
But
in
us
it's
who
this
not
speak
gonna
job
out about
happen.
these
shadow.
things, the
Oh, wait.
You go ahead, Brett. What were you saying?
I was just gonna. So This will be the second election that I'm not voting in, and that's coming as somebody who voted in like
I don't blame you.
my
I don't blame you.
school board elections when I turned 18. Like I was and I've been invested and deeply, deeply, deeply passionate about politics. I still vote in all my local elections and do a lot of civic engagement. But I think that's a part of it is I refuse to do this anymore. I do my own community. I'm blessed and privileged to have positions in Philadelphia where I'm able to do community organizing and train youth and do a whole lot of other things to try to honestly do some policy change, right? Because that's where, to me, these things are going to happen. It's trusting in our local leaders. And you know what I mean? Because I think the
Yeah.
system that we're
Yeah.
in is set up for everybody to fail. I refuse to allow for my own. This is a warfare on so many levels, right? I cannot choose between these two people. And so this will be, and at this point, I know that there's backlash and things like that, but I feel like that's where I wish our whole nation could be, and we're not. I know that might not happen anytime soon, but there does need to be some type of massive reset to figure out how do we do this the right way. And Joe, you mentioned earlier us being a democracy and all these things. Like, we're a republic. This ain't it. You know what I mean? Like, the law of the land is not what we think it is. I think that's another thing, is the disconnect between what we're told, the electoral college, all these other things that exist that are not a part of the general conversation with regular ass local people living in America. You know what I mean? And I think that that's the conversation that I've been doing a lot more of, is actual, now we're going to learn the law of the land today. Y'all need to know what is happening, you know?
So I'll say this, right? I mentioned this on the pod before, but I've been a Democrat my whole life. Right? Everybody in my family is a Democrat. And it's like I'm still a registered Democrat. But this year I'm voting Republican. I don't care if the Republican, I mentioned this to Joe, I don't care if the Republican is a ham sandwich. Like, I don't care, bro. Because I think what turned me off from the Democratic Party is that they go so hard for LGBTQ stuff. Like, it's like they look so ridiculous when I watch like C-SPAN and stuff like that randomly. And I see like this Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth educated professor saying like, oh, well, what's a man? What's a woman? They be like, well, you got to be a scientist to do. I'll be like, bro, so niggas just got to be a scientist now to figure out what's a man. So that shit just rubs me the wrong way. I hate that shit. And I'm like, bro, like, it just
Dog.
He said, I hate
But
that
it's so
shit, bro.
That's
so
so
but
Yo,
fucked
Ty,
let
up.
me
bro.
Would
let
you
me finish.
rather
Let
see?
me finish.
Would you rather
So
see a criminal
so
like ruling the free world though, like a
I don't
rapist,
think
a bigot?
I don't think any Democrat will be any better because it haven't. Listen, I went hard as shit for Obama. I went hard as shit for Hillary. I went hard as shit for Joe. Guess
Really,
what?
you
My
did.
life
You was
didn't
hard as
change
shit.
at
No.
all.
Yeah.
Joe,
That's facts.
my life did not fucking change.
That's
Listen, and
facts. It's
guess
the
what?
game, bro.
And
So
when
what would make you
No, I
what
mean,
would,
but overall, we're saying that it's
what would
okay.
make you choose
And it,
then?
So what made me choose a Republican is just the fact that I think that the Democrats have gotten so fucking far left that they sound ridiculous when they talk. I don't like when they talk and they just sound silly. They don't sound like a serious group of people. So
It's a culture
like I
thing
said,
too. It's a culturally like Republicans, not the batshit crazy ones, not the xenophobes, not the bigots, but like when you think of conservative values, those are more in line with Republicans, right? Whether you agree with all their policies or not, they're about family, they're about modesty, they're about spirituality. There are some things that they really that if you're a person who identifies with those things, like I'm really a big socialist conservative, but people are going to vote for them simply for that, even if they vote against their own economic interest. But more often than not, the Democratic Party starts sipping this woke Kool-Aid shit, and they start going off talking about, what is a woman, or championing certain
like
things, or just making
they went
some
too
ridiculous
far.
statements, and then they start losing so many
They,
people because of that culture war as well. And I feel like the Democrats just like go so far on that side that they
Yo,
start
y'all
losing
niggas is
people.
crazy.
I do
Y'all
believe that.
saying
I
they
do.
went too
No,
they
I'm
went
far
just
too
because
far, bro.
I'm just
because
saying
they
people who resonate
accepted
with
like.
conservative values. I'm saying people who resonate with
But
conservative values socially, they're gonna vote Republican no matter what. How do you win those people? How do you
I'm
get
with
those
y'all, but
voters?
like the
So being
perception that like going too far from like the perspective of going too far by aligning yourself with like more liberal things versus the right.
I don't support everything on the
The
liberal side,
but
so I
so
don't
that's
know.
what I'm saying though. So there's no way you can be looking at the left like, man, I can't fuck with them, and then going over the right like, man, they not that bad.
And I feel
They
that way about
both
both extremes.
bad.
I feel that
So,
way about
but
both
you saying it
extremes.
like you saying it, but Tyree said like the fucking the LGBTQ. I don't give a fuck what you do
No,
in
bro.
your house, who you with. If you want to dress like a man, woman,
No,
I
but
really don't
gee,
give a
I
fuck.
agree with you. I agree with you. But if I have to vote for the person who can tell me unequivocally what the hell a woman is, I'm gonna go for that party. I'm not voting Republican. I'm just telling you.
I don't,
That alone for me is just like, no, I'm gonna go over here
dog,
because y'all don't know what the fuck
dog.
y'all talking about. Like
This is
that
a
might be
show.
offensive, but like I'm saying, like, listen, I'm gonna go over here because they know they're rooted in some
This
kind
is
of
a
reality right now.
reality
Like they
TV
know
show.
they can
No,
answer
that's
these
not
questions
reality, bro.
unequivocally.
What's reality is we don't have universal health care, right? We
That's
have
true.
a fucking failing
Bernie wanted it.
educational system. Our infrastructure, in terms of like the foundational shit of our country, is failing.
Right.
The basic things are the things that like we know as a group. We know. We all old enough to know. These are the core things that are important, right? Let's take
We
care of
know
this
that.
shit, retirement, all that.
We know that.
But you're talking about
inflation.
somebody's like inflate, like you're talking about
But we
somebody's like preference of like what's a man. I don't give a
because
fuck
Gio,
about
this is
that,
a
bro.
show. We've had we established this is a show. This is
I'm
sensationalism.
not
This is
watching the
reality
show.
TV.
I don't
I
care. I'm
know
not
you're
watching.
not,
I
but
think
most Americans
we're
are.
forgetting.
How did we
I
get to
care. I
this
care very
though?
much.
How did we
Kai
get to
cares.
this?
I care very much. I care
this
very
is
much.
all a
Like, listen,
distraction.
I can't
Hold on.
consider. Oh, my bad.
This
Go,
no.
you go.
I want to. This is a distraction. When people say like, well, first of all, woke was from the Black community, and
It
I do
was.
not know how it got appropriated
Yeah.
and repurposed to
I
mean
hate that
like
the
It
most.
did.
super
It did get
broad umbrella
reappropriated.
terms. Woke means Black people keep your eyes open because the man is out to get you.
Right.
And I really it gives
Mhm.
me agita to turn on the TV and they're like, and the woke. I just don't get it
Yeah.
because they're talking about you. Like they're talking, we were talking about you,
Yeah.
but I
Right.
don't fundamentally, the Republicans have made themselves out to be the party of conservatism, right? Religious and moral conservatism. But being a Republican is a lot more than that, which I'm sure Gio could speak to. It's about believing in a big, a stronger local state government than a federal government, right? Less taxes,
Took us years.
just other things that are not
Yeah.
just I can define a man or a woman. It has become a distraction point to talk about that. Almost every
Mhm.
Republican, except for Trump, increased taxes. Actually, Trump did too for us, for everyone below like
For everyone else. Yeah.
Mhm.
300,000. Reaganomics was one of
Oh, that ain't
outside of
me.
Reconstruction.
Say no, say no, say no.
Reaganomics was one of the worst things to ever happen to Black people. You have to
Right.
subjugate Black people for other people to succeed. Now, as a woman, I find it highly offensive when the decision to vote for Trump is just like he can define a man or a woman. Donald Trump said grab a woman by the you know what. Donald Trump has raped women. Donald Trump called his daughter sexy and said that if she was not his daughter, he would. I do not understand how Donald Trump voting for Donald Trump as a default is acceptable when he is like a disgusting person. I just don't get it. I can accept not voting, even though I don't like that either, than a vote for Trump. And to Gio's point, playing the game isn't every 4 years, the game is every two. That's when you vote for your local people. And when people say vote blue down, it's because your other local reps are running. In November, your other local officials are going to be on the ballot.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to vote.
And
If
I
you can
go
skip the
and mix it
president,
up. Get motherfuckers out. I be like picking shit. I just be
yeah,
like, no,
that's
I'm
what I
going
do.
Cuban out.
Your audio sound crazy.
Oh
So
yeah, my
Gio
dude.
said mix it up. I do the same thing. I don't always vote straight down the ticket. I vote for who
Mm-hmm.
is putting forth the policies I believe in. But you can skip the president and
Yeah.
vote everybody else. But
Right.
like, I don't
I
think
agree
people
with that.
understand
Yep.
how the ballot works.
I agree
Like
with
you have
that.
to go see a
Yes.
ballot to understand that you can skip the president. And in some places, you can write someone else in,
I'm right.
and
I'm
then
writing
just
myself
You
vote.
in.
write yourself in.
I'm writing myself in.
And then
I'll
at the
vote for
end
you,
of the
G.
day,
Just stay, if
no,
in that case, just stay home and eat a fucking cheesesteak.
No,
no,
because
because
the
then you
presidential election
then your
isn't as
councilmen,
Nope.
important as the
your
primaries.
aldermen, your judges, like all the people who affect you on
Yeah.
a day-to-day basis, you
Yes.
took no part in, but then you're upset. All these potholes in
Right.
Philly,
Yes.
that's my mayor's fault. That's my local Amen Brown is my rep.
Well,
Okay,
don't
so
talk about my mayor. I fuck with her. She go hard.
hello, I'm really upset. So you have to pay attention to everyone else and understand that the election is not every 4 years. It's every 2 years. And sometimes there's one every year because there's a special cycle. There are other questions that they throw in really crazy and put an explanation on the back that you then have to understand, but you can call and ask about. But people have to
Decipher.
actively
Mm-hmm.
participate in politics before we are all loud and wrong, just saying things because the two people who are just one third of the entire system are both unlikable candidates. That being said, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris. I look forward to it. I look forward to voting for her. I hope she becomes the next president of the United States. Donald Trump should be in jail.
All right.
That's it.
Let,
I
let me
like
ask let,
so.
let me ask the
let-
panel a question. Let me ask the panel a question. So when Donald Trump was running for president, when he ended up winning, whatever, 4 years ago, when he said to the black community, "Listen, nothing has improved for y'all in like 60 years. What the hell do you have to lose? What do you like?
How do you answer
How do
that?
y'all how do you answer that question?"
Do you know the rest of it? He also said, y'all don't vote and you don't put any money forward. So why should anybody do anything for you? These
That's
people
true,
have
though.
been telling us the problem and we
That's
don't
true.
listen.
That's true.
If in this cycle, whoever wins, after that, like Gio said, vote out all the senators, vote out all the reps. You don't think they're going to sit up for the black vote? We don't do anything with the tools that we have and then get upset that people don't do anything for us.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we should.
Y'all should run for
Yeah,
politics. Run
that's
for
real.
politics.
I,
And
I
put
mean, I don't.
everybody else.
They've made me hate it. I used to want to be a politician
Yeah.
so
And
bad, and
should.
I
now
used
I'm
to
just
love
like,
politics.
yeah, I used to
Yeah.
love it, and now I'm just like, I could never be a part of this game. I just don't
We
want to
They're
don't
all
like.
have any
scumbags, bro. They're
30s
all
or 40
scumbags.
year olds. We don't have enough 30 or 40-year-olds. This is
We
the
don't.
problem. All these people we don't like got in when in their 30s and 40s, including Joe Biden. And we are not playing the
Yeah.
politic game. We are playing into their game. So run, change this. Is what they say, break the wheel, break the wheel, break the wheel.
No, let's
Yeah.
run, yo. Let's go. Let's do.
Well, listen,
I get on the.
Yeah, we going all right.
let's get some
So
final
all
thoughts
six.
because we've been here for a little while, and I know we grown
Yeah.
and got shit to do tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
if we could just give some final thoughts. So I know Liz, I thought you great. Your last opinion would have been a great final thought, right? But like, just I guess in this whole conversation, like I guess any takeaways or any last sentiments you want to express, like who do you think you're going to vote for? If you're going to vote for yourself, say that too. What is your prediction? Just to see if we can look back at this and be like, damn, she got it, he or she got it right. So who do you think you'll vote for. What is your prediction? What do you think your prediction is going to be for the winner? And if there's one policy, maybe change or thing that you could put in, that you could vote for, you want to see, what would that be? So if we could just like have that as a final thought, then we can get you grown folks to your beds.
Sure. So I think everyone should vote. That's my biggest takeaway. Please do
Okay.
vote. You can skip president, but vote for everybody else. Look them up. Look it up and just figure that out. But vote for everybody else, even if you don't want to vote for president. But you should vote for president. It's a criminal versus someone who actually has a resume. Like I don't understand. But I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to be the presumptive Democratic nominee. I think that her running mate is going to be I don't know. I don't know. I think it's either going to be Governor Shapiro out of Pennsylvania. I think it's going to be Governor Shapiro out of Pennsylvania. And then you'll have the East Coast, the West Coast, a swing state. Pennsylvania is the land of unions, and the unions are mighty. And Joe Biden was a strong champion of unions. So to the extent that I think that's my prediction. I will vote for that ticket. I look forward to her being inaugurated. And I think a lot of things will change. The number one thing that I want to see is women's rights being written into the law. I think it's disgusting that women no longer have the right to choose. And I think it's disgusting that certain individuals in the Supreme Court have been allowed to play a sport for. We didn't talk about that. People are not pay attention to the Supreme Court. Pay attention to what they're doing beyond Roe v. Wade, because they did something even bigger than that and no one paid attention. Look up Chevron deference.
Right.
So that's it. Thank you.
All right, I got on my screen, Kim. Any final thoughts? So, any takeaways, final thoughts? Who are you voting for? Even though we probably know this, and if there's any policy you would like to see, what would that be?
Well, by default, I'm voting for Kamala. It's the best we got. Trump's reelected. I mean, just be prepared for him to continue using the courts, the state, local power as for his own personal agenda. Like, I hear everything that was said, but I mean, the bigger picture is, I mean, he becomes president. I mean, you can expect that our rights to free speech be suppressed. He's going to undermine democracy, which he has done, and he will continue to do. And I suspect it will get worse. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you choose between that or basically holding on to the power to continue to put.
Kim, we having a hard time hearing you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I mean, you choose between that, Kamala, I'm saying, or Trump. I mean, I think it's just that simple. Like, granted, it's not the best option, but I think the bigger picture is. So you want to remain free.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I got all right, Britt, what you got?
I agree with Liz that everybody should vote, but I won't be voting for president. So, or I'll be picking somebody else maybe, but I definitely won't be voting for president this year. I'll be voting for everything else. I personally believe that all these people are into very dark things and things that we're not even aware of. And I feel like at this point, Donald Trump is going to win because I feel like Kamala was set up to fail anyway. And I think that we should be preparing. Doesn't matter who wins, we should all be preparing for ways to be able to build community power and to be able to build communities that we want to in our local communities. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to this election at all, but I understand what's about to take place.
All right, G, what you got, G?
What I got? So, who I think gonna win? I think Trump's gonna win.
Who
Can you
are
hear
you
me?
gonna vote? Yeah, Trump's gonna. All right, and who do you think you'll vote for, if you don't mind sharing?
Trump's gonna win. So, presidential election, not too sure, honestly.
Okay.
I don't like the idea of wasting a vote. I'm not the biggest Trump fan. I will throw in the caveat of I just need my president to have some tact. So my president got to know how to act in public. It's like, bro, come on, like it's
So
cool
you're
if
not basically you're not voting for Trump, is what you're saying.
No, I don't think I'll vote for Trump, but I'm
They gonna vote for it.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I'll be
For
honest with you.
Kamala then.
No, because with Kamala, it depends. It really depends.
So
I
all right,
gotta
so
see
all
where I'm
right,
at.
so you definitely not voting for Kamala. That's not
You don't know
happening.
yet, bruh. It's
No, I don't know
complicated.
yet. I haven't. So Kamala's not the official nominee yet. I haven't like given her a chance to like come out and say like, oh, I'm gonna do this. So I'll give her. I'm gonna play the game of like, oh yeah, I'll let her see what she's gonna say. So keeping that short, right?
That's true too.
Main takeaway for the American people. Again, Kim, to your fears about us losing like the freedom of speech, that has nothing to do with the executive branch of the government. He controls the army, the president, he or she controls the army. Our political power is in the House and Senate and Congress. We have to do something about that. So I'm going to continue to advocate for us to take a serious look at getting those people out those seats. All that 2025 shit, if them niggas not elected, don't fucking matter. They can't do nothing. So, like any of the problems that we may face from this next election, I feel like the American people are at a unique position to really make some impact, right? And if we don't this time, I'll be optimistic and say maybe this will be exactly what we need to realize the power that we have. So I'll be optimistic and say that either way we're gonna be fine. But in terms of the voting, we'll see. I'm voting for in the primary. So all that shit I'm voting definitively, and I'm gonna do that bipartisan because that's what we're supposed to have. We're supposed to have multiple representation from both parties. So I'm going to do that. The president, I'll see. I'll let that be determined by what Kamala come out and say because on some shit, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. So
All right. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, G. And then Ty, what you got, brother?
I mean, this not gonna surprise anybody,
No,
but
it's not.
I'm listen. My vote isn't for Trump. My vote is an anti-Democrat vote. I think I'm so annoyed with the Democrats. I'm so tired of never getting anything. I can't get welfare. Why can't I get welfare? I want some food stamps. The fuck? Anyway, like, like it's just like I said, we identify with Democrats so hard, but we never get any fucking thing ever. Like for me, I'm just like, listen, what's the worst that could possibly fucking happen, right? Like now, of course, they scare you, like, hey, like every 4 years they say, yo, if you vote for this Republican, no matter who, if it wasn't Trump, if it was Jim Bob, it would be the same shit. If you vote for Jim Bob, you're gonna be a slave. You're gonna be on a cotton plantation. Your hands gonna be bloody. Ain't nothing, none of that shit gonna happen. Trump was president before, and guess what? Biden was president after his ass, so everybody was fine. So I'm just over the scare tactics. I'm tired of the fucking scaring every 4 years. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for whoever the Republican is. If Trump's, you know what I mean, it's not the nominee for whatever reason, you know what I mean? Like something happens to him, and it's what's the chick name? Nikki Haley. I'll vote for her. I just want to see something change that's different, and it'll never be different as long as you vote for a Democrat and they don't give you shit. But maybe if you vote for a Republican and black people support the Republican, maybe the Democrats would be like, yo, maybe we should give these niggas shit. Maybe we should wisen up and pass some legislation to give these niggas something. So that's what I'm hoping for. But I mean, my heart is Democrat, but I just feel like, listen, I've been abused. I've been abused in this relationship for too long, and I'm tired of coming back with black eyes to my abuser. So
All right,
I'm
Ty.
moving. I'm leaving his ass.
Oh,
I'm out of here.
I
Or her
appreciate
ass.
that,
I'm
Ty.
leaving her ass.
I appreciate that sentiment, Ty. I'll keep mine brief. I'm probably going to vote third party as I had for the past like 3 or 4 elections. I've always voted like Green Party just because I want to give them more. Hopefully, get them into debates, get them more funding. But I'll probably vote Green Party. I'm not a big fan of Jill Stein, but I'll just vote for anything that's not Republican or Democrat. So either that or write myself in. I predict Trump's going to win. I don't know if it'll be a landslide, but I do feel like I agree with Brittany. Kamala was kind of set up to fail. That's just my opinion too. I'm upset how everything happened, so I think Trump's going to win. I can't vote for Trump because I just know that horrible things are going to come with that too. So but I'm tired of playing the game. So that's why I'm in this weird space. So probably third party. And as far as if I could see some policy, I would like to just kind of slash the military funding, the military budget, and put some of that maybe towards
No, don't do
childcare.
that.
Nah, bro,
Don't
y'all
do
get
that.
like $9 billion
Don't
and
do
the shit
that.
go
Don't
missing
do that.
every damn time, bro. Y'all can't even pass an audit. I'm not trying to hear that shit. So I want to reduce the military budget and put some into hopefully getting cheaper childcare or maybe some kind of debt forgiveness. But I think one of the biggest issues I have now, because I have a child, I have two, but especially a toddler, is childcare. It's too damn expensive and it hurts our pockets. And sometimes it's more than paying the damn rent or mortgage every month just for childcare. So if I could see some of that military budget going into that, or something that just benefits the everyday American, I welcome that. So on that note, guys,
Wait, Joe.
we
You made a
gotta end
good thing. You said
it.
no. Wait. One question. You said you made a prediction. You said Trump's going to win. I want
Yeah.
predictions from everybody. Like, hey, Kim, what do you think? Who's going to win?
Trump.
You think Trump? All right, Brittany.
I wasn't expecting
Brittany,
that.
I was like, no. Brittany,
Oh,
who's going to win?
plot twist. Yeah, Trump. I think Trump's
Oh
gonna win,
shit!
sadly.
All right, what do you think, Liz? Who's going to win? Trump or Kamala?
Kamala, I have faith in the Electoral College. Not a popular vote.
Okay. All right. And G,
You said Kamala?
That's
yeah.
true too.
Okay. G.
Oh, you muted, brother. Who gonna win?
We can't hear shit.
Okay.
Nah. Type it in the chat. We'll
He said type. All right, G, get your life together, bro. There you go.
You good?
Who gonna win?
Yeah, you're right.
No, yeah, I think Trump gonna win, but
Okay.
it's
All right.
because I don't believe in the Electoral College.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen.
Joe said Trump. I think Trump
Yeah,
too. So
I think Trump. So we got one. All right. So Kamala, we'll see. Liz, you could be right. You're the one.
Listen,
So
if Liz win, we all got to put in for her to go to Chima.
all right, we got you. So listen, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much. There's so much more we could have possibly touched on with this conversation, like we could have delved deeper into, but we only have one night. Maybe we'll do another panel in the future, maybe after the election or sometime leading up to it. I'd love to have you guys on again. But thank you for coming, family. If you guys were out there and you were tuning in, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, partake, engage, give us comments, and y'all have a great night. And thank you so much for coming, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, this was fun.
Y'all have a good
Thanks,
night.
See you next time.